Hi friends, Sherri here with you today. I'm going to be taking you through a short 20-minute practice today. Great if you need some stress relief but don't have quite enough time. So this practice will get you the relief that you need and engage your parasympathetic nervous system. So for today, you're going to need a bolster. And then you're going to need a second bolster. So if you've got a stuffed dinosaur or something that works as a substitute, you can even use a rolled up blanket for your second bolster. That would work just fine. So a blanket you'll need, and then a bonus item would be a 10-pound sandbag. You could also use a 10-pound bag of rice or any other hard grain that you might have. So that and a blanket will get you to what you need for today. So as you come to this practice, so often our bodies are ready to relax, especially if we've just had one of those days, right? Where everything seems to go wrong, interactions don't go well, whether on our own part or someone else's, or the reality of usually a mix in between. And our bodies, we just feel like we're ready just to collapse and surrender. And that is actually the best thing that you can do is allow that calm and relaxation that your body needs to happen. But what ends up going on is that our mind says, no, 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 I would like to think about things a lot. I would like to ruminate and think about what should have happened, what could have happened, or what will happen next. And so our mind ends up keeping us in that heightened sympathetic nervous system state, which is not where we want to be. So all you need is to just surrender, let go, and tell that chattering mind, either kindly or firmly, that no, for 20 minutes, I am not going to listen to you and I'm going to focus on doing what my body needs me to do. And I'm going to help guide you through that. So you've nothing to do except work through the poses with me and follow the breath. So let's go ahead and get started. So just take a quick moment to ground. Breathe in deep. You can close down your eyes. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's get started with our first pose. We're going to take our right hip and we're going to do a gentle twist over the bolster. So we're going to bring our right hip all the way up to the bolster. Let your legs find a comfortable position, falling flat. We're going to turn to face the bolster and we're going to fold forward. And we're going to turn in any way that seems right for our neck and for our body. So you don't want to go too deep into a twist or have strain on your neck. So just find what's going to be right for you. Adjust as needed. Bring your shoulders back away from your ears. And I recommend keeping your eyes closed, returning internal. Your mind still might be rejecting the idea of relaxation. And that's okay. You don't need it to come along for the ride. You just have to turn down the noise and not focus on it. So we're going to turn to our breath to help turn that dial down. We're going to keep inhaling and then have a longer exhale to really bring relaxation and de-stress our bodies. So let's go ahead and inhale again. Let's do that 4-count inhale, 6-count in exhale. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, let's do inhale deep from our bellies, even though we're compressing here. Still breathe deep from that diaphragm. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can adjust the counting as necessary if you're struggling with breath. We don't want that, so go for shorter, go for longer, whatever you need. Let's do it one more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Keep melting into the bolster as if you were just, honestly, just like a liquid, just pulling out over it. Deepen your breath. Slide your palms back. Gently press up. We're going to go over to the other side. So we're going to just calmly flip over. Bring our left hip up to the bolster, and same thing. Find your legs in a comfortable position. Turn to your comfort level and face the bolster, and then just melt over it. Turning whatever way feels right to you and your neck. To give yourself a gentle twist. Twists are great for relieving stress. We can hold so much stress in our abdomen. That's why, the term you have a nervous stomach, or when we get nervous or stressed, often it's our digestion that will either slow down or speed up, but either be in one extreme or the other. So doing poses like this, focusing on our breath, will help regulate that digestion to be what it needs to. Can think of it as, digesting our physical food, but also our emotions, our body's ability to just digest and compost anything that we take in. We want it to keep moving through, especially our emotions, especially stress. We can't always keep stress from happening, but we can try to help move it through. And we do that through practices like restorative yoga and through our breath. So again, breathe deep into that lower abdomen, and at your own pace, inhale and then exhale for a longer count. Maybe it's inhale 3, exhale 5, or like we were doing, inhaling 4, exhale 6. Whatever works for you, find that rhythm and let go. This is exactly what you need to be doing right now, nothing else. Deepen your breath. Slide your palms back. gently press up. So for our next pose, you can go ahead and come to a tabletop and move your bolster so that it's going horizontal across your mat and about a third of the way down the mat. We might have to adjust it depending on your anatomy, but this will work for now. And go ahead and grab your other bolster, either a rolled up blanket, a second bolster, or your bolster substitute. In this case, Dr. Mo, the dinosaur. And we're going to come into a nice heart opening pose, a nice chest opener, and a gentle back bend. So bring your back up, your low back up against the bolster. And you're going to take your second bolster and put it under your knees just like this. Find what's going to be comfortable. And then you're going to go ahead and lean over the back of the bolster. You're going to feel the curve in your back, and you may need to put a blanket under your head. It depends on what's comfortable for you. I actually feel in need of a deeper stretch, so I'm not going to opt for a blanket under the head today. And then your arms can fully extend over your head, or you can do, kind of a classic cactus arm like this, or really anywhere in between. It doesn't matter. You can even put your arms folded on your belly, whatever feels comfortable and right to you. But I really like over the head in a true position of surrender. So close down your eyes. In this type of position, it's a bit of a vulnerable position. Your belly up, and it's like you're saying energetically, I'm done. I'm done with this day, and I'm ready to clear the slate. Give myself the rest and rejuvenation that I need and deserve. And you're going to do that by gently waking up and stretching your spine, opening up your chest. Stress and busyness can lead us to hunch over, especially if we're doing computer work or texting and using our phones. And so this position is a great one to do at the end of the day to really just undo that with a nice gentle back bend and just, again, surrender to what your body wants to do. It wants to relax, and so we facilitate that by honoring that request. Let's go ahead back to our breathing here. We're going to breathe in, again, for that count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And keep going at that pace. And I want you to imagine, as you breathe in, that you're breathing deeply from your lower belly all the way to your upper chest, that you're expanding that entire abdominal cavity. And that you're spreading open. Picture your breastbone, your ribs expanding with each breath. You can actually think of it expanding your rib cage in all 4 directions. So that means the front, the back, and both sides of the rib cage. So imagine that on your next inhale. So I'll guide you through it. So imagine your rib cage expanding in all 4 directions on inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale it all out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And on your next inhale, see if there's even more space in that cavity to get in more breath and more breath to exhale out. We're not only just stretching those rib muscles and back muscles, we're actually bringing in more air, more oxygen, more circulation throughout our entire bodies. And that's precisely what we need for stress relief and recovery. So keep thinking expansion as you inhale And then when you exhale, try to get out every last ounce of breath. Really utilize the power of those diaphragm muscles. Take another big deep inhale. Exhale out. And we're going to slowly turn to one side, doesn't matter which. Roll on over and gently press yourself on up. We're done with our second bolster, so go ahead and set that aside. So our next pose is going to be a supported child's pose. So come again to all fours. And this is where you might want to opt to use the the weighted sandbag or other prop that you might have that could sub for it. So we're going to take our knees wide, our toes pointed together to really widen our hips and have a nice stretch and release here. So the way that this works is have your sandbag close, and we're going to fold over the bolster into child's pose, turning our head whatever direction feels good. And then slowly and gently lift your sandbag up, place it across your lower back. And you'll find a good spot for this. And this is going to help us do two things. It's going to help bring your hips closer to your heels. You can always put a blanket or a pillow underneath if you have a large gap between your hips and your heels. And the added weight is also very soothing to the nervous system, especially at the base of the spine. That is a very sensitive area, a big connection of your nerves. And so it's a really great spot to bring comfort and peace by bringing some weight to that area. So it's really a twofold experience. So go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't done so already. And then move your shoulders back. If they're up by your ears, just go ahead and move them on back. And let's just take, at your own pace, a nice deep inhale here, really focusing on sending that breath to your lower back and hips, just filling that entire pelvis. And then exhale. Even exhale out your mouth if you want to, like a like you've just sunk into the most comfortable bed ever. So inhale deep. Release your chest into the bolster. Just expand, expand with that inhale. And then exhale. Sigh of comfort and release. Really thanking yourself, thanking your body for taking the time to take care of yourself. Find the breath that's right for you. I encourage you to have slightly longer exhales than your inhales. It really helps to decompress and engage the parasympathetic system. Whatever pace works for you. And focus on expanding again in that low back, that pelvis. And even exaggerating the exhale, whatever makes you feel good. If thoughts come up, just bypass them by focus on your breath. Counting, you can just count your breath the entire time. Counting to 4 on the inhale, 6 on the exhale, whatever works. Give your mind something else to focus on, and counting is perfectly fine. Deepen your breath. Slide your palms back. Reach back if you have the sandbag, and just very slowly and easily just move that off. And then press on up. So our last pose is going to be a belly over the bolster pose. So go ahead and turn your bolster sideways again. And bring it about halfway down your mat. Maybe a little less actually. And so you're going to lean forward and come down to your belly. And you want it around your pelvis, your low belly to mid belly. You'll kind of know what feels right to you. Find a spot that's comfortable. And then go ahead and turn all the way down. Turn to whatever way your neck wants to go. And you can choose to rest your forehead on your hands or directly onto the mat. Whatever feels good. This pose is going to give us a nice gentle massage on our abdominal organs. It's also going to help release tension and tightness if you've been holding that in your abdomen. And anytime we turn onto our belly, it's such a good pose for stress relief to just turn over onto the ground and lay down Quite simply, it helps us to feel grounded, helps us to calm our nervous system. Adjust the bolster if you need to. And just breathe here for what's comfortable for you. Nice and slow, steady breath. Each exhale, focus on melting into the mat, melting over the bolster. Just imagine like you're a jar of honey being spilled out over the mat, and you're just so relaxed. All your bones, your tissues, your ligaments, your organs, your nerves, everything is just a liquid pool of honey. You can even imagine yourself in like a little golden light. It's always kind of soothing to imagine that you're just warm. Deepen your breath, and you can choose to stay in this position as long as feels right to you. If you're ready to be guided out, go ahead, place your palms on the mat, press yourself up to all fours, come to an easy seat. Thank you so much for trusting me with your practice today. I hope this brought you some relief, knowing that you can always take care of yourself. No matter what the day has brought you, you can always take the time to give your body and mind what it needs. If you haven't done so already, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and hope to see you in a future class. Namaste.